moving on to our second session, Tulsidas Balaram, the boy, the hero, the tormented footballer. This session is about a story that needed to be told, as his contribution to Indian football often got lost when flanked by two other great names of his generation, Chuni Goswami and P.K. Banerjee. On the panel are Sudipto Biswas, author, former Indian captains Victor Amalraj and Shabbir Ali. They are the ones who know Balaram the best. Arguably the finest striker of his time, Shabbir was a prolific goal scorer both at the national and international level, while Victor Amalraj was a formidable midfield player. The moderator is very well-known sports journalist and editor G Rajaraman. Raj, as he is fondly known, who has a versatility that is rare in Indian journalism. He traverses the world of sports reportage with a rare humanity for the athlete and deep understanding of various disciplines. May I now kindly request our speakers and moderator to please take their seats.
Good morning again. It's lovely to see you all. I was right behind you a short while ago, but a different role this time. My pleasure to introduce Sudipto and to thank him for what he has done for Tulsidas Balaram, one of India's greatest football players. A lot of you may not be aware, but Balaram was easily one of the superstars of the 50s and 60s. And there was a gap in literature which Sudipto is helpful. I would recommend that those who love football stop looking at Messi and Ronaldo and Suarez. Please buy this book and read it. It's beautifully done. It's a labor of love. But instead of me describing the book, I should ask you that question. But before that, another legend of football, Shabbir Ali, and another one, Victor Amalraj. We could easily slip into Hyderabadi. हम तीन जन मिल गए तो हैदराबादी बोलते, वो परेशान हो जाता. But we'll stick to English so that all of you understand, rather than us getting into Dakkani, right? And Balaram sir was born in Hyderabad. That probably explained the presence of so many Hyderabadis here. Without much ado, Sudipto, what were the challenges of writing a book on Tulsidas Balaram? Not easy to get data, but let's hear it from you.
Yeah, so the first challenge was not finding the documents. So about his career, whatever he has done. And the biggest challenge was the players who played him. They are not mostly alive. And the first person I saw it was Hamid, the 1960 Olympian. So I went to his place. He then gave me some photographs, the snippet into how his Rahim Rahim used to impart training to his trainees, and also spoke in length about Tulsidas Balaram. That was just getting, it is kind of a oral history. So that is how I started. But there was a point when I started not pursuing this book because I was not finding any data. And at that time I was in Hyderabad, I made Shabbir Ali. So then I also went to Victor Amalraj to listen to footballers of India. They gave me a lot of details about Hyderabad football. And he's from, Victor Amalraj is from Secunderabad, Amogura. So that is the exact place Tulsidas Balaram is from. So he has also given me snippet into how football was and how football scenario is now. That has helped me a lot because that's a way I can create the narratives for the book. And but still there was a problem, like how should I curate, like how he has played all of those scenarios. Even though he has given me, I don't know why he has trusted me. There was a lot of football loving journalists, writers in Kolkata. But I don't know why they have never worshipped this book, despite being such a legendary footballer as living in Kolkata. So that's how I started, but problem again was that the no document was there, and then what should I approach? So for the right kind of information, that also I don't know. And then some of the people have come forward. They also don't know where will I get the data. But fortunately, I should say, in 1985, there was a magazine called Kala magazine that is published by Ajkal, Bengali newspaper. So they have done a autobiography of Tulsidas Balaram. That's an unpublished autobiography. So but then the problem was that they have published it, but that is not available because while shifting the office from Kolkata to the Salt Lake, they lost all the data. So now they don't have in their possession. But somehow I found some of the issues of that magazine in a district library in South 24 Parganas in West Bengal. That helped me a lot. And then some of the footballers, like your father, incarnation has come forward. He has helped me with the information. Then Victor Amalraj has given me data. Then there are lots of many other footballers who has seen him, like including Shukumar Shamaspati who has played with him. Then he has given me data. So that's how I started curating the book, but it has taken me 4 years because I was not finding the data. So I can't, without data or information, I could not curate it.
Very quickly, 2 questions before I get to Shabbir and to Victor. Why did you pick Tulsidas Balaram? You could have chosen Bachung Bhutia, you could have chosen Sunil Kumar Chetri, but you chose Balaram from the 50s and 60s. This audience, though, they don't relate to Balaram only. So why did you pick Balaram?
It's a simple reason. So I was just saying that there are a lot of football-loving journalists and writers who has written so many books. In fact, there are multiple books on Chuni Goswami. But we don't know, actually we know very little of Balaram. We just say that it is PK Chuni Balaram. And my question was why, who is Balaram, and if he is famous, then why his name is not coming first. So we always say that Chuni Goswami is a famous footballer, PK Banerjee is a famous footballer, but Balaram is also a famous footballer. But was he better than them? Or he is just less than them? Why he is less famous? So that is my question. But then at the same time, that was the question I was always countering with me, that why nobody has written that book. Somebody should write a book that says he's a legendary footballer I have been hearing from my parents since my childhood. So there is a simple reason I wanted to know who is the person. But he has trusted me. I don't know for what reason. I was in Hyderabad in the middle of the pandemic. I called him. On the very first call itself, my idea was not about writing a biography of Tulsidas Balaram. But he opened up to me that this is my career, this is all the details. My initial planning was about writing a book on Hyderabadi footballers. But then now when he opened up to me, I sensed that it could be a good biography.
Thank you very much. That's a very candid admission that you were looking at London and going to Tokyo, looking at Hyderabad football and got Tulsidas Balaram. This is something that is a valuable addition to Indian sporting literature. He's broken the book into 3 little parts. He's called it Tulsidas Balaram, the boy, the hero, and the tormented footballer. So let's talk about the boy from Ammuguda, which is like a little village outside of Secunderabad. Victor is not far from there. Can you tell us a little bit about Ammuguda of today and try and tell us a little bit about what Tulsidas Balaram was to Ammuguda all those years ago?
First of all, I thank Ekrama Sports Literature Festival for inviting us. With regard to Balaram, I am from same village, Ammuguda Bazaar, where Balaram was born. The football culture was in Ammuguda, that cantonment area. The Britishers came first. That's how the football culture has risen from there. Balaram used to play for Wickle Depot. Then he was very committed to what he called passion of football, and the culture, because of the culture, he has come from that place. Not only cantonment areas produced Balaram, Peter Tangaraj, W.L.M. Rajnawadi, D. Kannan, then earlier to that, senior Susi, junior Susi, all these players.
And later Victor Amalraj as well.
Janki Raman was I am with the John. I'm talking about Secunderabad, that area culture. Because of Britishers, that Ammuguda Bazaar, the football culture was there. That's how Balaram came from them, and I was very close to him. He said a lot of things about football, and he was a very disciplined person. No nonsense attitude from Balaram.
But has Ammuguda changed from the time that Tulsidas Balaram grew up there Is it very different now? Because all cities are changing, all little villages have grown up into towns. Tell us a little bit about Ammubuda of today.
Now it's totally changing. New generation has come. Four generation has changed. It's not like earlier one. Now everyone is like in Hyderabad, Sheikh Apna Dik, that style is there. No more that past culture. It's vanished. I can say football culture has vanished in Ammubuda Bazaar, and what we have seen in in 70s, 80s, earlier to 60s, 50s, that culture is gone. Now everywhere they play this new generation, the child, they like Messi, Ronaldo, what you call Bappa, all these players, the new generation like that type of, that earlier, the commitment, the discipline, dedication, all this gone.
Time for me to bring in Shabbir. Normally strikers wait for the ball for a long time. Mauka milta hai to goal banana padta hai. Opportunistic scorers they are. They are creative. With Shabbir, I will ask him a little bit about the hero. Obviously, Tulsidas Balaram played much before my time. Maybe even before your time. But you also played in Calcutta, like Victor did. You also played in Calcutta. What did Tulsidas Balaram mean to you when you went and played in Calcutta?
Before I go further, I would like to thank Ekram Sports Literature. And just to tell you, I am not well cough and colds in the last 3 days. I was not supposed to come. Then Sudipto Amalraj forced me. See, as he said, he has not seen. Same is the case, I didn't see. But the way I heard about him, I met him. Simple man, really too good a person. And as they said, others they got publicity, but Balamda they didn't get anything. If you ask anyone in Calcutta, they will take first name Chuni, then Padita and all, but hardly about Balramda. But I heard more about him from Arun Ghosh, who was my coach in 1974, as well as in East Bengal. He used to tell a lot of things about Balramda. Really, such a nice person, down to earth, never in picture, not in publicity. So he is for himself only. Not that other footballer like myself, Amal, sometimes the Calcutta players, they just do the show off and all. But he was a quiet person. And as he said about Padma Shri, other thing, he didn't get that also. But as a man, he was too good, and after seeing, after meeting, I really like him, gem of a person.
Thank you so much, Shabbir bhai. Talking about the difficulties that Balaram faced when he was growing up, he didn't have shoes. I think you've written a beautiful episode about shoes, about how he acquired his first pair of football shoes. Would you like to quickly tell us all about how he got his first pair of football shoes? It's an amazing story.
So, I have to start with the point when AIFF had starting introducing football boots in India. Before that, Indians used to play barefoot. So in 1953, AIFF introduced the rule, nobody should play barefoot. So, but Balaram did not have the pair of shoe.
So, I'll let me pause you for a minute here. Balaram sir grew up in very poor background. His father was a cook in the Rashtrapati Nila, which is the presidential palace in Balaram, in Secretariat. Family was large. I think even there were 3 brothers and 4 sisters. So many mouths to feed. So the mother would always discourage Balaram from playing football. And that is where the story comes in, about how he met that policeman and got a pair of shoes.
Yeah, so like he was playing for Ammubuda Boys. So that is one small club, some senior players had built. But when the AIFF introduced that rule, they are playing in the Secretariat League. And so you need a pair of shoes. But how should I buy a pair of shoes when he can't even, his parents can't even, and his food for his siblings? Then somebody suggested him that you should approach the military people.
because they should have a used pair of shoe they can give you. But meeting a military person, how will you meet and how will you approach? Like she was a small child at that time. So somebody suggested that there is a traffic person in the road, you should meet him, you should approach him and request for a pair of shoe. So, but then why should that person entertain a child requesting for a pair of shoe? So he used to go every day and he could just say namaste, namaste, namaste every day. He did not say anything to that traffic police person. So, but one day that person felt why he is asking for, every day he is saying namaste. So he inquired about him. When he said that I need a pair of shoes, that's why I am approaching you. But I am afraid that you will beat me up. But at the first instance itself, that person denied that I don't have a pair of shoes from where I need to be there. But he kept insisting and kept coming and then meeting the people and every day used to say namaste. And after that, after a certain period, that person got fed up and said that I will definitely give you a pair of shoes. But that pair of shoes was too enough. So it was not in the proper condition that can be used as a football boot. Then he made a cobbler who actually made it a condition that it can be used. That's how he got his first pair of football boot and he started playing football.
I can tell you for sure that this story was not known before. So this a gem coming out of this book. Somebody who didn't have a pair of shoes goes to a policeman constantly. Also another amazing story that Sudipto has got out of Tulsidas Balaram is how he was living some 10 miles away from where the Hyderabad team was practicing in Modamjai Market, Shiv Kumar Lal's police stadium, and Goswami, and how he needed a cycle. He didn't have money to even forget buying a cycle. He couldn't even rent a cycle. What was the fee for what was the rent for the cycle? Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember. 2 annas.
2 annas per day. I don't know how many of you know what 2 annas means, but it was about ₹1.25 for the whole duration of the camp, and
yes,
that is how he started off on this amazing journey of being a well-known footballer. Some truly amazing stories in this book, so thank you very much for that. Let's get to the Tormented Footballer part. I think it is the most heart-wrenching part of the book, where he speaks a lot about how East Bengal, the one club that he played for nearly all his life, he didn't play for Mohan Bagan. His friends advised him against playing for Mohammedan Sporting. In fact, they took him, when he was signing up for Mohammedan Sporting, they took him to East Bengal and got him to sign there. But he didn't seem to like the club toward the end of his life. Can you throw some light on to this young audience on what really happened and why he felt so unhappy with East Bengal in the end?
So that is when he was playing for East Bengal, he found that some of the legendary footballers like Ahmed Khan. So people must not be aware about who is Ahmed Khan. He is the first legendary footballer of India. So the way he used to play, so he was 100% sure that he was the first superstar of Indian football. But when he saw that superstar is not getting the kind of respect he should get, so then he felt that this club is like insulting almost every footballer who was at the fag end of their career. He started sensing that by 1960 and just 2 seasons before leaving the East Bengal club. Then when he has retired from the football and when he used to go to the East Bengal club and along with the other footballers, one of them was Arun Ghosh, his close friend, and there they used to get the passes for matches, for watching practices and for like league matches, for Kolkata league matches. But somehow one administrator gave the pass to the Arun Ghosh and Tulsidas Balaram was sitting beside him. And some unknown reason that he was not given the pass. And he felt insulted. That was the first instance. And there was so many other instances in that cases that he has been insulted. It is not that they are telling him something, but with their action. So they are not inviting Tulsidas Balaram, they are not giving him passes. This is where they used to insult him. And after a certain time, he felt that I should not go to the club. And that's why before his departure, so he said that my body should not go to the East Bengal club, and the flag should not be drawn. So that is the kind of hate he has towards his Bengal club. Even though he loved the club, and he was very fond of Jyotish Chandra Guha, the legendary club administrator who has taken up the East Bengal.
Let me ask Victor here. Victor, both you and Shabbir are so much like Tulsidas Balaram in the fact that you moved from Hyderabad and Secunderabad to go and play in Kolkata, to make a living there, to earn yourself a name. How difficult was it all those years ago? And he went in the mid-50s, but you went later. How difficult is it for a person from a different state to go to Kolkata and try and make a living out of there? How easily are you, or how difficult is it for you to be absorbed by the clubs?
To be honest, to play in Calcutta, it is not what you call so easy. They used to tell those days, Calcutta is the Mecca of Indian football. So to play in big clubs, you have to work hard. You should, more committed, dedication, a lot of things. Thanks to my elder brother John, he was playing for Mama Sporting Club and his Bengal club. So that's how he pushed me. Though I got job in railways, after winning 76 joint nationals, erstwhile Andhra Pradesh. So he told me that don't work in government or state government, central government. Go to Calcutta. There you have more what you call exposure, more what you call name, fame. That's how we moved to Calcutta, and fortunate to play not only big three clubs and also play for Bengal State. So that's a big, huge what you call thanks to my brother for pushing me to that football match.
Shabbir, let me ask you the same question. How easy or difficult was it for a Hyderabadi like you to go and settle down there? I'm trying to get a sense of what Tulsidas Balaram would have faced all those years ago before your time. How difficult or easy would it have been for him?
See, my case is little different. Most of the players, they went first to Calcutta. But in my case, when I started in Hyderabad, I never thought I'd become a player, because like Amal has got the elder brother in Hyderabad, most of the relatives, they used to play. But in my family, nobody was a footballer. And what Mr. Rajaraman said some time back about Mr. Balaram, that very difficult, a lot of things. Same was the case with me, because there was a saying in Hyderabad, padhenge, likhinge, hoenge nawab, khelenge, kudenge, hoenge kharab. Because parents, they were not that much encouraging. But luckily, when my parents saw him playing, so they allowed me to play. After playing in Hyderabad, I went to Bombay. When I went there to play in the Rovers Cup, one of Mr. Rahim's sub assistant, Hussain Sab, gave me the job. Before that, I never thought I will leave Hyderabad and go to Bombay. When I was in Bombay, I played for 5 years. It was a little difficult. And compared to Hyderabad football that time, hell and heaven difference. In all things you can say, going to tournament, facilities and other things. But after that, it came into mind, we'll go to Calcutta and see how Calcutta is. But everybody was surprised, including Arunda and Balaram. When I went to Calcutta, they said, Shabbir came late, plus basically he's a one-touch player. It's very difficult to establish in Calcutta. But luckily I went. Another problem maybe you must be knowing, before the transfer period was there, you have to apply in September and you will be able to play in April only. Some technical difficulties, I got a chance to play in August, not in April. After 10 months I played. So it was not that much difficult in Calcutta, because I am used to playing Calcutta. There the ground is much worse than the Calcutta muddy ground. And another thing, I stayed there for 5-6 months and I played, done my practice over there, so it was not that much difficulty for me. And another thing, after getting everything settled down in Bombay, played for the country, then I went to Calcutta. But Calcutta really is a different thing. The way they love, the way they take another incident, I'll tell and finish my thing. When I played, it was 2nd August instead of April, and East Bengal were out of the place. Everybody came to see my game. I was so happy and all. Next day we play with Mohun Bagan. The same supporters was telling me, because we lost 1-0 to Mohun Bagan, Shabbir, go back to Bombay. Of course, when they love, they criticize also. But no comparison with Calcutta, with any other city.
Sudipto, something similar happened with Tulsidas Balaram.
Yes.
East Bengal fans who loved him so much started hating him a little. Can you tell us what exactly he told you and why the fans would turn 180 degrees from loving him so much to not liking him?
So there is simple one fact, the reason why fans hated him. That is because his inability to score against Shabbir Ali's Hyderabad Police and later Andhra Pradesh. So whenever he played against Shabbir Ali's Hyderabad Police, so he could, and later Andhra Pradesh Police, so he could not score. So basically he could not help East Bengal win against S.A. Rahim's team. But people could not understand the fact that that team has a coach called Rahim, that legendary coach, who has vision, who has all the modern attributions that a coach needs. So, but at the same time, East Bengal or any club from Bengal, they don't have, or they did not have the coach. They used to have a trainer who used to impart physical training to the clubs, and then they used to club officials. I have heard it from Tulsidas Balaram that they used to consult the senior players to form the team, the first 11. So that means they did not have the coach. And in 1961, by that time, Hyderabad Police has dominated Indian football from 1950 to 1960. They have won the reverse coach. If I am not wrong, they have won the 8 straight times. And they also won the Durand Cup, they also won the DCA to all the national level tournaments. Except for that IFA shoot, that is because of the difficult to play in slashy fields in early season. But in other tournaments, they were the supreme. Nobody could beat them. So not even East Bengal and Mohun Bagan, not even this Chuni Goswami or Victor Amalraj, all the great footballers. And S.A. Rahim has all the great Indian footballers who don't know about them. Like Yusuf Khans and all the great footballers who could play in different positions, and so it is difficult even for Tulsidas Balaram or any other players to score against them, because that team has one-touch football, so that when S.A. Rahim has imparted this kinds of vision to the team, no other team in India has ever thought about this, like playing one-touch football, playing with a 4-2-5 formation. So no other club at that time was thinking about this. So it is a difficult thing, people did not understand. But they are emotional that our team is losing to a club from Hyderabad or club from any other state. They are not happy with that. And also because Tulsidas Balaram was very close to Shabbir Ali. And because of that, people used to accuse him that he is trying to appease Shabbir Ali so that he will get selected for the national team. So that kind of feeling East Bengal fans have developed against him. And as you asked me, like why he refused to come to the East Bengal tent afterwards, that is one of the reasons. That people started hating him. People started accusing him that he is not scoring goal against Rahim's team.
So, Sudipto mentioned Rahim. Rahim was easily India's greatest football coach. Perhaps one of the persons who was well ahead of his time. He thought of different strategies. He traveled to Russia. He learned what the Eastern European team did. He was fascinated by Hungary. The team was known as Magyars back then, and they dominated European football and world football. So he learned a lot from them and adapted all of it to Indian football. And I think he will forever remain the greatest coach India has seen. I'm sure both of you will agree with me. Also, the other thing that comes out in the book very strongly is the fact that Balaram did not get the Padma Shri. He went very close to it. Apparently, one night the police went and did the verification and they told him congratulations. The following day when the announcement happened, his name was not on the list. Why is it important for a football player to, Victor, you can tell me, to get an accolade like Padma Shri? He's got the Arjuna Award. He's got the love of the fans. Why was he so bitter about not getting the Padma Shri?
To be honest, if you want to get any award, you need some push. You should accept that. Without push, you cannot get anything. Hope you'll get, you all agree that. Okay. Now the criteria. What are the criteria to get Padma Shri award? He was so unhappy. He was so frustrated. He used to blast, federation, state association. He was very annoyed. Because he was like my brother, was very close to him. I know whole family. I know when I read this book, everything I'm laughing. Oh, he told me this, he told that, and Sudipto contacted me. I know each and everyone about this book. Then to get the award, your point comes, you should have assurance you cannot get. He was so annoyed with the administration, so there he went negative. He was so nice gentleman. The day he didn't got that award, he became completely negative, and whatever good quality he had, all he lost. He was alone, possessed. When he used to see anyone in the paper or anything about a new hero comes, he laughs. He only laughs.
Shabbir bhai, why is it important for a footballer to get Padma Shri or Padma Bhushan? And when you don't get it, why are you angry?
See, so many footballers, sportspersons, they represent country, they become captain, they played for so many years. What Mr. Rajaraman asked is a good question. It happens to me also. 3 times my name went for the Arjuna Award, but it was rejected. I was just thinking, I played 11 years for the country, not boasting myself, just informing you all. Under my captaincy, we were the joint champion in Asian Youth 1974. That was the last trophy came to India. This thing was there, at least I must get 1 award. At least I must get 1 award. So thank God in the end, lucky or unlucky, whatever it is, I got a Dhyanchan Award in 2011. But I miss out on Arjuna Award. There is no regret. But at least I was thinking, but so many players, even those who played under my captaincy, I will not name, they got the Arjuna Award, but I didn't get. But this award is really something big. Every sportsman, they want something or the other. Of course, as I said, you played for the country and other thing, but award is something special.
I guess it is gratitude of the nation that players look for. They've given their sweat, blood, and they've toiled so hard for so many years, and the least you expect is some kind of recognition from government circles. Tulsidas Balaram was clearly unhappy with not getting the Padma Shri, but before I throw the floor open to questions, I want to ask you 3 learnings that you got from Tulsidas Balaram during your interaction with him. What are those 3 things that appeal to you most about the man? We know that he was a recluse, but that moves toward the negative side. But 3 beautiful things that you learned about the man that you want to share with this young audience.
Sure. The first thing I understood is he's very honest about things. And he's a very simple person. And he lived his life with integrity. And if he committed to something, he never defies that. So that is the learning I have learned from him. And one thing important was about him that he trusted me. Because on first call itself he agreed to give me the interview, and for what reason he has trusted me, because he did not know me who I am. So, and like a lot of people has not even trusted me that I will come up with this big book. But he has trusted me, and after taking multiple interviews, he believed in me that I will definitely come up with the book. So that is the one thing, that he has the faith in me. And that's a good thing. Nowadays people lack that. People don't trust anybody. Nobody trusts you. So he's an old person, but he trusted in me even after not knowing me. So that's a good thing. So that's what I found, that we should trust people.
Not very long ago that Balaram sir passed. Very unfortunate that he had a clot in the brain. A couple of years ago they removed it, but he died this year. He survived. He went past COVID. Some of his illustrious teammates died during the pandemic, but he went past COVID, and ultimately at 86 years of age, he passed. Fantastic football player, great human being. Victor, I will come to you. What is that one thing that you will remember most about Tulsidas Balaram?
Balaram just tell me, Mr. Amal, if you want to reach high altitude, you should have a good attitude. If you want to reach high altitude, you should have a good attitude. Balaram was a very disciplined person. I learned a lot of things from him. He should be in the army. Sometimes to make joke with Anna, should be in Air Force or Navy or army. Very strict discipline, no nonsense attitude. He won't listen to anyone. If the saying is telling me, you want to go top, your attitude should be good, not altitude.
Thank you. Shabbir bhai?
Very simple, man. I learned a lot because, Calcutta, most of the players, we also included, try to do show off and other thing. But this person, really, he never on the stage, not in the paper, simple. That shows the greatness of the player.
Thank you so much. It's been lovely hearing the three of you speak about one of the legends of Indian football. Time for me to say thank you to Ekamra Sport Literature Festival, Sandeep Mishra, especially the director. It's been truly an honor to be on stage with two fellow Hyderabadis, even though I live in Delhi these days. And Sudipto, thank you one more time for doing this. I recommend that please all of you buy this, because it's an amazingly researched and well-crafted book. You will love reading this. Little stories about a wonderful player. You will really like reading this book. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
If there are any questions, we are happy to take them, because I can see that we are... Yes, sir. Please identify yourself first and let us know who you are addressing the question.
I'm Ashok Mahanti. I'm a former assistant director of sports department of Banerjee. We are really delighted to see the two legends of Indian football, Mr. Shabbir Ali. We have seen him scoring so many goals for his headers, good headers, and great Amalraj. Sir, we were Asian champions in 51 and 62, first two Asian Games, under the legendary coach as Mr. Biswas telling Rahim Shah. I also read somewhere that in 62, in the final match, Rahim Shah was suffering from some kind of credit disease.
Cancer, yes.
When the match was completed, Balaram Shah was there with him, and Rahim Shah was crying. And then he said, I'm so happy that we have again won the Asian Trophy. So I have read somewhere from Mr. Balaram's words. Now I want to ask Mr. Amalraj, we had such a great coach. We have heard that even what the 4-2-4 system we had introduced, later on when in 1958 the Brazilians won the World Cup, they had introduced in 1958 the 4-2-4 system, which Rahim Shah earlier adopted here in India. So why can't today we have our own Indian coaches who have great visions and great talents? Mr. Amalraj.
You know, those days academics was not that much, awareness. Now academics is so sound, When you talk about the formation, now there is no formation. It's a well-oiled machine being. You cannot see where Messi is there, where Ronaldo is there. The system is completely changed. Those days different, now it's different. Now everything is defensive-oriented, what you call strategy, formation. It's not like the earlier one. Earlier one is something what coach used to tell. I can tell you, Balranda asked Rahim sir, sir, if you put X no sir, the team will be more strengthened. So what Rahim sir told to Balranda, Mr. Balaram, first you see whether you are a team or not. So those days something different, now is different. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That's a very good question. Very, very good question. Thank you very much. We'll move on to the next session quickly. Just thank you for your patience.
I'd like to thank our panelists and our moderator for such a wonderful session. We just have a small token of appreciation for all of you from our side. I'd like to request that to be presented. And once again, thank you audience for being so participative. Mr. Mohanty, thank you for the wonderful question. And we genuinely appreciate your participation throughout. And now presenting a small token of appreciation to you all. I request the audience to be generous enough for a big round of applause. With this, we would also like to announce that we have certain amazing books on display by the Walking Book Fair. Right beside the hall, I'd request all of you to please have a look at it. And in case you're planning to pick a book or two, I would definitely recommend you visiting the kiosk. It is by the Walking Book Fair. I can assure you that you'll find some amazing books. Once again, thank you.